Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today it is all about the Sephora holiday event. It's that time of the year. I know, like, I'm not really ready for holidays yet. I'm just not ready for summer to be completely over, but it is. Like, we just had a snowstorm here. So anyway, whether I like it or not, the Sephora holiday event is here. It's going live tonight. And I wanted to share with you guys my recommendations. Now, the one thing that I didn't want to do is come on here and give you a plethora of all these new products and all of these. You guys know that I like to keep my recommendations kind of short, kind of sweet. I also like to include products that are not overly hyped and products that you didn't know that you need, but you might want to throw in your cart. That's what I like to do when it comes to my recommendations, because I think when it comes to new releases, you guys already have them on your list, right? You're probably waiting for the sale to buy that product that just launched a couple of months ago or a month ago. You want to pick it up. And I understand that because I used to do the same thing. Before I started my channel, before I buy products to review, I would wait for a sale or I would wait for the holiday event. Of course, there are a few new releases in this video. There are, but I wanted to also talk about a few holiday sets that I think are good and also products that you probably have not known about or heard about, and I want to recommend them to you. Now, before we jump in the list, I want to mention that everything I discuss in today's video will be linked down in the description box down below, and I want to thank you guys for clicking on those links and purchasing using those links, because it does help my channel, and I am always so grateful for all of your guys' support when you click on our links. It just helps us to be better content creators and be able to buy some of these makeup to test them out to hopefully save you guys money. So thank you guys so much for your support and clicking those links. It sure does help us a bunch. Let's go ahead and get into it because there's a lot of great products in this video. So I'm going to first start with makeup, and then I'm going to get into a few other items that I'm super excited to share with you guys. There's one of them that I'm really excited to share. So let's talk about these two foundations. I'm actually wearing the Hourglass Ambient Glow Foundation right now. This is my foundation that I love to pull when I'm having kind of a bad skin day. So I have a breakout and my skin is a little bit red. I've been kind of introducing retinol back into my skincare routine, and my skin is like mad at me. It's like kind of pissed off at me. So I love pulling out this foundation when I'm not having the best skin day, but I want my skin to have that really pretty glow, but I need the good coverage. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful foundation. And also the Haus Labs. This is such a beautiful foundation. It is probably one of the better foundations that were launched during the year of 2022. It really is a stunning, gorgeous foundation. My only gripe with both of these is the shades. Even though the shade range from Haus Labs, I fully understand now. So it's basically opposite. So when I was reviewing the Haus Labs foundation, I didn't quite understand. I bought a warm undertone and it was a cool undertone, and I didn't understand why. Well, later I found out. Many of you guys pointed out in the comments section, and then you guys also pointed out Risa from Risa Does Makeup, her video kind of explaining the shade range, which I was so grateful for. And basically, if you are a warm undertone, you want to buy a cool undertone because it will neutralize your skin. I don't know that that's still a good philosophy, because I went in store and swatched all of these, and even the cool tone shades just didn't look right. So the shades are a little bit off on this. And they're definitely off on the Hourglass. So if you guys wanted to pick these two foundations up during the Sephora holiday event, if you can, I recommend going in store and grabbing it and shade swatching, because even this Ambient Glow, I swatched this one in store as well, and the shade's off. Like, it kind of gives my skin a little bit of a yellow greenish tone. Not my favorite, but all the shades in my shade range, this one is the best. So I'm kind of stuck with it and I make it work. Even though both of these foundations are so gorgeous, the undertones are a little bit wonky. So if these were on your list, I would recommend, if you can, to pick these up in the store. But they're both absolutely gorgeous foundations. Gorgeous. Now, I don't think you guys will be surprised, so I'm going to quickly talk about the Charlotte Tilbury Concealer. It's my new favorite concealer of all time. It has pretty much replaced every concealer I have in my collection. I love the way this looks. I love the way it hydrates my under eyes, but doesn't emphasize wrinkles, because there's a point where concealers can be too much hydration and it can emphasize wrinkles, or they can be too drying and emphasize wrinkles, or they can be too hydrating and not set down. And then some hydrating concealers don't like to be set with powder. This one is like the perfect of all scenarios. It likes to be set, or you can wear it without setting it. It lays down, sets down, stays in place all day. This is fantastic. When I use other concealers, I hate the way my under eyes look. I just do. Like, for example, the other day I pulled out the Kosas Reveler concealer, which I loved that concealer. And I hated the way my under eyes looked the entire day I wore it. And it was like, why? What is the deal? I think I've just been so spoiled with how natural this looks that now when I'm wearing other concealers, I just don't like the way they look. So this is phenomenal. Just gorgeous. The other one that I want to briefly mention is this one from Summer's Fridays. So when I went to Vegas a few weeks ago with my daughter, and we had the best time. We had so much fun. We went into the Sephora there in that Mile High shops or whatever. I grabbed this, and this is a really beautiful skin tint. I have it in shade 4 and 5. I like 5 just a little bit more than 4. 4 will probably match me when I'm not self-tanning, or, you know, I like in the middle of January where I'm the lightest I'm going to be, right? Like shade 4 is a little bit too light, but I love the way shade 5 looks. It's just one of those lightweight skin tints. Now, I don't like to build this up. So one thing you got to know, it does have a light to medium coverage, but it's not one that I like to build up. I like to use a concealer to spot conceal and then just use this to kind of even out the tone, but it is a really pretty skin tint. So if you guys were in the market for a skin tint, this is really pretty. Speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, let's talk about this new Mini Beauty Wand Duo set. So this comes with Pinkgasm and Spotlight, and I have both of them here. I actually had to buy a new Spotlight recently because I gave the other one to my daughter because she just fell so madly in love with it. So this is Spotlight and this is Pinkgasm. And Spotlight is, I would say, more of kind of like a vanilla silverish tone, but in the best way. It's a really pretty tone. For my complexion, I'm a medium with a golden undertone. I prefer the Goldgasm on me, but Spotlight I can totally wear. They're both gorgeous. And if you guys have wanted to buy a Beauty Light wand, this is a great set. And I don't mind that they're in the mini because these Beauty Light wands last me a very long time. You only need a tiny amount. I'm happy with the fact that it is in a mini, and I have a feeling this will sell out pretty quickly. So if you have your eye on this, I would put this in your cart, and this would be one of the first products that I buy during the sale because I have a feeling it's going to sell out. It's also a great stocking stuffer. So if you are like me and you have teenage daughters, this is a great stocking stuffer because it's all on TikTok. Like all the girls are loving it. It was really funny when my daughter first came to me. She's 19 in college, by the way. When she first came to me and said, "Mom, do you have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light wand in Spotlight?" I was like, "Excuse me?" I didn't even know she even knew what Charlotte Tilbury was. She's like, "It's all over TikTok. I want the pillow talk and I want this and I was like, wait, hold on, really? So the younger kids are learning about these Beauty Light wands, and they're a great stocking stuffer if you have a teenage daughter like I do. So I love all of them. They're beautiful. Any of the shades I always recommend. They're great. Let's move on to a few blushes. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with a lot of blush, but you guys know I'm a blush girl. You guys all know how much I love these. This is the new Gucci blushes, and I am kind of obsessed with this shade. This is the shade 4 Bright Coral. I absolutely love this shade. It's my favorite. I also have Silky Rose, I think it's called. Yeah, 01 Silky Rose. And I'll show you guys what these look like. It's just my preference. I like the Bright Coral. It shows up on me a little bit better than the Silky Rose. I think the Silky Rose is a little bit light, but it's still so beautiful. These blushes are stunning. So that's Silky Rose and that is Bright Coral. They're both gorgeous, and they are luminous matte. They're exactly what they say they are. It's such a soft, buttery texture, and I never mess it up. It's one of those blushes that I can throw it on buff it out, and it's beautiful and it's long lasting, and they're very expensive, which is the reason why I highly recommend picking it up during the Sephora sale. And I mentioned that when I reviewed them. I'm like, if you guys can wait, these will be great to pick up during the sale. And I am not going to buy any more shades. I've got 2 and I'm good, but these are beautiful. Highly recommend them. They are gorgeous. They're kind of a splurge. They're not necessary, but they're a fun splurge because they're so cute and beautiful. I just love them. Let's talk about the Armani Beauty blushes. So it looks like there's only like 3 shades in stock. It seems like these sell out during the sale as well. So these are the Armani Beauty Neo Nude Melting Color Balms. So this is shade 30 Warm Coral, which is such a unique shade. It's not like a typical blush color. It's so unique and so beautiful. Oh, I'm obsessed with it. Now, I also have shade 50 Cool Mauve, which is this one, I believe. And this is my favorite to wear when I'm wearing like a really pretty kind of purpley lilac mauvey eyeshadow look. This blush makes that pop. Okay, so now I got to change my battery because my battery is going to go dead. So hold tight. I'll be right back. I also have shade 20, which is sold out. It is a cool brown. I like using this as eyeshadow. I just think it's a really pretty, that's why I bought it. I just love the way it looks as eyeshadow. But both of these 2 shades are in stock. And if you want the easiest cream blush to apply, these Armani Nude blushes are phenomenal. So I had to mention them. Oh, they're just so good. Let's quickly talk about these palettes from Hourglass. So these are their holiday palettes. If you guys haven't bought these and you want them, you're probably waiting for the Sephora holiday event, which I don't blame you. These are gorgeous. I love both of them. I love both the Elephant and the Tiger palette. Like these 2 shades don't really look that good on me as blush. Gorgeous as eyeshadow. So the other day, I basically created my whole makeup look just based on these 2 palettes. They're amazing. These holiday palettes, in my opinion, have been the best holiday collections that have launched this year. I have not been that excited about a lot of the holiday releases, and these, in my opinion, are the best so far. They are so gorgeous. You guys have been waiting for the Sephora holiday event to get these. I don't blame you. Again, these will probably sell out. If these are on the list, put them in your cart right now so that as soon as the sale goes live, you can check out, because I just have a feeling they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. I'm gonna briefly talk about my favorite eyebrow pencil. I just absolutely love this. I love that it's refillable. This is the Brow Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. I love the formula, and it's just a very, like, you can create small hair strokes with this one, and I love this pencil. Absolutely love this pencil. And now that I have this one, I don't use any other pencil. It's just a fantastic formula. It's kind of budge proof. I don't have to think about it throughout the day. It doesn't go anywhere. It also doesn't make too thick of a line where you kind of have to blend it out, but it's not too thin. It's a great pencil. I also wanted to talk about a few eyeliners. So I have a few here that kind of work for different things. So if you like a good eyeliner to stay in your waterline, these are the 2 I personally recommend. So this is from Patrick Ta. This is his Precision Gel Liner. I have it in both brown and black. This is budge proof. Doesn't go anywhere. Now, this is not my favorite to smudge out a line. If you like to create a wing with an eyeliner, I have one that's really good, but it's always been my experience with eyeliners. If it stays good in the waterline, it's not necessarily going to spread good for eyeliner. But if it spreads really easily for eyeliner, it's not going to work and be budge proof in the waterline. So that's kind of always been my tip. And so I love these. These are great. I also really love the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliners. These are fantastic. These don't go anywhere either. And I have this in the shade the black, but it doesn't go anywhere. I mean, it is budge proof. So these I highly recommend for the waterline. But if you're wanting eyeliner to put there on the outer corner and kind of wing it out, these are fantastic. So these are from Makeup by Mario. So you have the pencil on one side and the brush on the other. Right now, I don't really like my eyeshadow. I was reviewing a palette that I'm not really thrilled about, but I like to take this right at the base of the lashes, like right there. And then you can take the brush and wing it out. See how well that works? Like you can put it right here and wing it out. It works so good for that. But this formula doesn't stay in my waterline. So again, kind of opposite, right? This smudges out beautifully and wings out great, especially with that brush tip. Oh, the brush tip is genius, but doesn't really stay in the waterline. So I wanted to mention those. They're great. Let's briefly talk about the Nouveau palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I absolutely love this palette. This has probably been one of my favorite palette launches of 2022. So dependable, so gorgeous. I do like the Rose Metals palette. So if you like that deeper color story, great formula, just blends beautifully. I still prefer this one over the Rose Metal, but they're both great palettes. This is definitely a really nice palette to pick up during the Sephora event if you haven't picked it up already. But this pop of purple, like this palette is just everyday beautiful tones, and I'm here for it. Let's talk about a few lip products, and then we'll jump into the other product that I'm so excited about. First off, I needed to recommend the Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. I actually need to stock up on this. This is the perfect nude lip liner. It's budge proof, first of all, and it's the perfect color. If you're looking for a really good lip liner formula, Charlotte Tilbury's is fantastic. I personally love the Iconic Nude. It's such a gorgeous nude shade, but she has so many different shades. The formula I like because it does stay put, but it also is easy to blend. There's some that are so long wearing, like waterproof, that when you put it on, you have a hard time getting it to blend, and you got to blend it out super, super fast. This kind of gives you a little bit of time to blend it out, and it stays. So I really, really love Charlotte Tilbury's lip liners. They're great. Of course, I'm always going to recommend the Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder. It's one of my favorites for multiple reasons, but the packaging. So here's the thing. I've been waiting for the Sephora holiday event to go ahead and stock up on this. And so I'm almost out of it. So it's forcing me to use other setting powders. And I am so frustrated every time I do because powder goes everywhere. With this one, I never have to worry about it being messy. Like it doesn't go anywhere. You tap on the back of it 3 times and it gives you the perfect amount. And you put your brush down inside this dome, pick it up, and you're good. I feel like I actually get my money's worth because I'm never wasting it. I'm always using what it puts out, and it doesn't go everywhere. There's a lot of great setting powders out there, but the packaging for this one, in my opinion, is what makes this so, so good. So I'm always going to recommend this. This is my absolute favorite. Oh, it's just so good. Okay, I also wanted to talk about this brush from Patrick Ta. So if you are looking for a really good contour brush, this is fantastic. It's the right amount of density to kind of pack the color on, and you can use it in multiple ways. You can use it this way, or you can use it this way. You can also use this to apply bronzer. If you're going to use it to apply bronzer, I recommend using this portion of the brush for bronzer, like this more for contour or cream bronzer. So if you're using a cream bronzer, something on this side, which is more dense. And then if you're wanting the powder, you could go like this and kind of tap it on like that. This is such a versatile brush. I also love his blush brush as well, but it's a great contour brush. It is. And I think it won the Allure Beauty rewards, and it's a great brush. So I wanted to mention it. Okay, so now I'm going to jump into a few products for skin, perfume, stuff like that. So I got caught up in the Baccarat Rouge 540 perfume phase, and I recently bought this, and don't get me wrong, it is a gorgeous fragrance. It is spicy, citrusy, spicy. Like it's got so many different notes. It's fantastic. But if you guys know the price tag of this sucker, you know how expensive this is, okay? So like I said, I was at Sephora, and I was walking around, and I was looking at the skin tints, and I was looking at the Fenty lip balm, the lip stains, and I went over and was looking at body sprays, and I picked this up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that smells like that Baccarat, whatever is it called? Baccarat Rouge 540. This is so similar to it. I wouldn't say it's identical, and it doesn't last near as long. I mean, let me make that clear. This does not last near as long as this does. Like, there is a reason why this is so expensive. But if you have this perfume and you want a body spray to go with it, this is fantastic. Or if you like to put something like this in your hair, this is fantastic. This is from Soleil de Janeiro. This is the Brazilian Crush. It's the 68. It has to be the number 68. Like, my daughter, she kept saying, that smells so much like it. So I would say that this is a little bit fruitier. It's a little bit sweeter. And this is a little bit muskier in a sense. But they're so similar that they pair very well together. And if you just did not want to spend the money on this crazy sucker, don't blame you at all. This is a great option. It has that same scent story to it. Not identical, but it's a great option. And I love spraying it in my hair like that. Like, once I get my hair washed and stuff, I'll spray this through it, especially if I know I'm going to be wearing this perfume. But I mean, this perfume is... it's good. You can't buy it at Sephora, I don't think. Very expensive, but this is a fantastic alternative, especially if you didn't want to spend the money on this. This smells really good. Smells similar, and it is pretty long lasting. I mean, it's not going to last as long as the perfume, but it does smell really good. Key notes in this is the Brazilian Jasmine, Pink Dragon Fruit, and Sheer Vanilla. Like I said, it's a little sweeter than the Baccarat, but it's really pretty. The other one that I absolutely love is from Skylar. It's their Clean Beauty fragrance brand. This one is Pink Canyon. I love this one. I've wore several of theirs. Like, they sent this to me in PR last year, I think, and they sent me several of them, and I liked them, but this was the one that I absolutely fell in love with. And this is a great one. It's long lasting. It smells really clean. Key notes in this one is grapefruit, pink salt, and cedar. And I would say that is a good description of it. It's a fresh fragrance. It's the scent type is fresh citrus and fruits. It smells so, so, so good. So I wanted to mention that. Other thing that I wanted to mention is this, and I'm almost out of this. I need to buy more, but this is what I picked up while I was at Sephora when I bought the skin tint. So this is also from Summer Fridays. This is their Summer Silk Nourishing Body Lotion, and I love this. What I like about this is that it's not a super thick, so it's kind of a thinner texture of lotion, and it doesn't like set heavy on your skin, but it moisturizes at the same time, and it smells delicious. It smells so good. This kind of gives you that summery vibe because it does have that coconutty type of fragrance. If you love those, you will love this. So this is a, let's see, so this is described as, this is an indulgent body lotion with plant-derived butters, natural oils, and ceramides that melt into your skin for all-day hydration. So it has cocoa butter and shea butter. It has grapeseed, argan, linseed, and rosehip oils. And it also has ceramides. And like I said, it smells kind of coconutty. Smells so, so, so good. If you've been wanting, and it's like 27 bucks. It's cheaper than many of the other body lotions that are at Sephora. And I like that it's a clean formula. So I wanted to mention that. If you're like me and you struggle with adult acne, this will be your best friend. I just threw away the big bottle. So this is what instead of having the big bottle, I just refill this. This is what I used when I went to Florida. I just put toner on it, right? So this is from The Ordinary. This is the glycolic acid 7% exfoliating toning solution. This keeps my blackheads, pimples, all of that at bay. Now, not right now because I broke out, but there's reasons why I broke out. It's been kind of a stressful week, but overall, this has really helped keep my adult acne at bay, and it's 10 bucks. It is a fantastic glycolic acid. So if you've been wanting to get a good glycolic, this is a great one. And like I said, that big bottle, I think I bought that big bottle maybe back in, I don't even know, February-ish. That lasts forever. And this is the last of it. And I threw away the bottle and I need to order it. It's in my cart right now to order during the sale. So if you're looking for a good glycolic acid, that's a fantastic one. So that's the list, you guys. Those are my Sephora holiday event recommendations. I will also be doing a Sephora haul, so be on the look for that video coming up. I have put up other videos in the past, and I will link those videos in the description box down below. They're filled with a lot of great stuff as well. That's it for this video. Sound off down below. What are you guys planning on picking up during the Sephora holiday event? I'm so curious to hear. Share with us in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.